Will it?
Your daily hour with me.
Yeah. Whoa. Hey, everybody. It's the program. We're on TV once again, once a day, every day. We turn on the machines and then we start talking for an hour. Look who it is.
1 hour with us.
Yeah.
And you too, because you're, watching the show.
Hi, Dan.
Hey, Kenny, how's it going?
Oh, real good. How about yourself?
Oh, pretty good. It's kind of strange. We usually do our shows in the evening, and today is a daily show.
It's in the daytime. It's bright outside. I don't know if you can see. Maybe you can see this on us, but we're bright up today.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kind of disappearing into the background. It's like we're partly underwater. Yeah, that's good.
I want to go into the water. It's hot.
Yeah. I need to get a pool key. They changed all the locks to the pool at the apartment complex. I don't know. Too many people had it. There have been like people in the neighborhood coming into the pool. They don't live in the complex, and they have keys.
They're copying keys or something.
Yeah, and the pool itself really isn't heated. I think there's warm water that flows through as it filters the water, but I don't think it's actually heated.
Mm-hmm.
So the pool is typically pretty cold, or at least it's cold to me. But I get cold easy. So yeah.
You're having a good time with the heat room, huh?
I could not understand a word you said.
you like the heat then if you're cold easily.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Right around 80. 80 is good. I like 80 degrees. It's perfect. Maybe 85 is really nice. Unless I'm doing something strenuous and I get super sweaty and I don't care for that much. So yeah.
It's about what we're on. How's the week for you?
I'm trying to say. I'm trying to think. It was an interesting week. Work was pretty slow because people that come in and do stuff at the station, when there is a weather change, either for the better or for the worse, the clientele drops off the visits, and then once that's stable, like if it's raining for a week, the first 2-3 days people don't do stuff, they don't come in, and it seems to affect the pattern of folks coming and going. And it gets really warm and we don't see anyone for days. It's like, I want to go on the river, I want to go on the lake, I don't want to go and edit video.
Yeah.
I don't want to check out a camera because then I got to work, and it's too nice out to work. But yeah, there are some dedicated folks that it makes no difference. But for the most part, it changes. So yeah. So things I have seen in the streets. I've tried since last week to pay attention to things in the street, seeing stuff in the street, and it's kind of, I've noticed that I see a lot of single shoes. I'll walk to work, I'll take different routes going to work, walk around. I've walked around the neighborhood doing stuff, and I've noticed about 5 single shoes. A flip-flop, a boot, really nasty running shoe, what else? A slipper, yeah, or what looks like a slipper, a moccasin-y, slippery. I'm not sure what it was. Some sort of a, all fabric, very little sole. No socks. There is a pile of clothes sitting in the grass alley behind my apartment.
Oh no!
And towels and clothes and a book. And it's been sitting there for a couple weeks.
They're dumping it.
I guess. Well, when I first saw it, it was in a bag, in some sort of a pile or some sort of a bag of some kind, and now it's just strewn all over. So, all kinds of bugs, spiders, ants, slugs.
Yeah. Where's the other shoe? You think that maybe they would lose 2 shoes at once?
You'd think. It's a single shoe. It's like, okay, the shoe came off. Now they only have 1 shoe on, and they're headed somewhere with 1 shoe.
Yeah.
What the what?
Where's the other shoe? Maybe there's a lot of like people who have got their leg chopped off
or something. Or they were carrying shoes in a container, backpack, a pocket, some sort of carrying thing of some kind, and 1 shoe fell off. And these shoes were clearly not in good working order, so they may have thought, I really lost a crappy shoe, and I don't care. I'm not going to go look for it.
Maybe they didn't want to dump all at once.
Yeah.
They're trying to spread out their dumping.
Oh, that could be it. That could be it. But it's been fun trying to pay attention to things in the street and remember them. And trying to count the single shoes. Did you see any pairs of shoes too, or just single shoes?
Only singles though.
Single shoes.
Not even any pairs.
Yeah,
when
no
you put
pairs.
them on the line, when you throw them up on the power lines.
Yeah, I've done that.
Then they're pairs usually.
Yeah, I've done that.
You can't really throw a single shoe up there because then you can't get it wrapped around. Like it doesn't really work.
Oh yeah, I went to it was in the neighborhood, and I found a line near an intersection, and I had to fling those shoes up over and over again. Mm-hmm. And every time I did that, I thought, okay, odds are somebody's going to see me doing this. Yeah. Odds are increasing. The number of fails at spinning them up around, and it's really hard to do that because you got to swing them around, right? You can't throw them. I mean, you can, but you got to toss upwards. That's just an easier, more natural motion. But you got this other shoe swinging around. It just kind of goes all over. It's out of control, mostly, partly, somewhat, kind of. But the more you do it, the better you get at it. So after about 15 attempts, it finally made it. And I came back the next night, and they were gone.
Whoa, that fast, huh?
Oh, it might have been on like a power line. I wasn't really sure, or something, or yeah. I'm sure city crews are like, oh crap, another pair of shoes, and they send a bucket truck, and someone in the bucket goes up and snip.
It was messing with the power, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Or someone reported, hey, some guy threw some shoes up on the line. Blah, blah, blah. Damn him. What did he look like? He was some guy. Some guy in pants and a shirt and stuff.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing that I did is I went outside. It was a really warm night last night. And right around 10 o'clock, all but one neighbor had gone to bed. All the lights were out, except for the security lights. And I grabbed my telescope, and I brought it out to the middle of the parking lot. Well, not the middle, but out a ways, so I could get a good view of the sky. And Venus was the brightest object in the sky. The moon isn't there yet. The moon's on the other side of the world during that time. So the moon is not present in the sky right now. Anyway, Venus was out there, and I got Venus. I got to look at Venus, and I showed my neighbor. And then Jupiter was a little ways from it, and I showed him Jupiter. He'd never seen Jupiter with the naked eye, or through a telescope, like a live Jupiter.
Yeah, you could see it?
Yeah, and the 3 moons. Jupiter has 4 large moons that we can see in a telescope easily. It's got, 60 other moons that we can't see in regular telescopes. If I had a huge, gigantinormous telescope, could probably see some of the other moons going around Jupiter. But the dude was amazed, and I'm like, you've never seen Jupiter in a telescope? And he's like, no.
I don't think I ever have either.
Well, I don't know if I'll get the telescope tonight. I'm planning on being drunk and painting with my friend.
Can you see the actual stuff, like the store and stuff? Jupiter?
The size, when you look in the telescope, the size of it would be looking at a dime from probably about 10 feet away. It's really small. It's just a tiny. Or holding, like a paper punch, right? The little circle. Yeah, holding one of those little paper punch out at the end of your fingers, probably about that big.
So you can't really see the storm. Or
you can see the color, and you can kind of see bandy lines. And the great red spot that you're referring to, the storm, may not have been on the side facing the Earth.
Okay.
Yeah, it rotates around. My God, the winds of the clouds on the surface of Jupiter spin around at thousands of miles an hour. And so, that spot comes into view, every so many hours. Maybe every day, maybe twice a day. I'm not really sure. I've never, I've read how fast they go around, but then I would have to figure out, okay, circumference, and then you figure out the total distance, and then you'd count the time, you'd figure out the speed, and you could calculate that out. It's easier to find a thing, maybe, I don't know. Well, I didn't see it. It was too small to see it. It would have been a tiny little dot. But my telescope is comparable in its viewing power, except it's got changeable lenses on the front that you can see even bigger. It's comparable to Galileo's telescope. Mm-hmm. And I was telling my neighbor friend that in the Old Testament refers to the Earth as being the foundation, as being solid, unmoving. It's a solid, unmoving, flat surface. And everything rotates around the Earth. The sun, the moon, the planets, all to the unaided eye appear to be revolving around the Earth. And so the Old Testament references to the Earth and the planets and the sky are all references to how the Earth is center of the universe. And Galileo got his telescope. He wasn't the first one with a telescope, but he was the first one to make careful studies of things that he saw in the sky with it. When he turned it to Venus, he looked at the moon. He saw mountains and flat areas on the moon, all kinds of detail. And he drew pictures. He drew pictures of Jupiter. He looked at Jupiter and he noticed every single night the three little dots going around Jupiter were in different spots going around it. And he noticed that Jupiter had phases, that just like the moon has phases, sometimes it's fully lit from our direction, from our reference point, and sometimes it's half or kind of a crescent or something like that, depending on where it is in the sky. But because it is farther from the sun than we are, the only time that we will see it in a partial phase is when we're over here and the sun's over there and it's kind of on the other side of the sun. And so we're seeing only part of it lit up. We can actually,
Does everybody in the world see the moon in the same way? Like it's like the crescent. If the crescent moon is there, is that for everybody in the world, or is it like half moon for some people and crescent moon for other people?
No.
It's all crescent?
Yeah, for everyone. Now, people in the southern hemisphere are going to be able to see a little bit more of the bottom. And people in the far northern hemisphere are going to see a little bit more of the top. And people, like in the morning, you'll be able to see a little bit more of the left side, and in the evening, you'll see a little bit more of the right side, or vice versa. I'd have to... we're going this... No, we're going that way. Yeah, so... morning, right side, evening, left side. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I was telling him we were looking at the Big Dipper, and I was telling him that the Big Dipper has 3 handle stars and 4 cup stars, right? Because you got 3 and then 4. There's 7 altogether. And I've built 3-dimensional models of the positions of these stars in 3 dimensions. as relative to the Earth and our sun. And they are, a couple of them are within 10 or 12 light years of each other, and others are more like 40 or 50 light years from each other. Most of them are anywhere between 40 and 80 to 100 light years away from us. But they're all kind of moving in the same direction, the Big Dipper stars. They're moving in the same direction, more or less the same speed, and a few spins of the galaxy ago, they were much closer together. And it's hypothesized that they were kind of born at the same time. And as the galaxy spins around, they just kind of spread out and go in whatever direction they're going.
They're all in the galaxy?
Yeah. And
you can't see anything outside the galaxy when you look out.
You can see the Andromeda galaxy. And with a telescope, you can see all kinds of other galaxies. There's a bunch of them in Leo, a bunch of them in Hercules, the constellations. Cassiopeia has a few. The Andromeda galaxy is in the constellation Andromeda, which is south, I guess. It's farther down.
Looking like one star, the whole galaxy. Is that when you look at it? Is that what it is?
Well, it looks like a fuzzy patch most of the time. When we look at pictures of the galaxy, these are great big huge cameras that have taken long exposures of the galaxy so that the dimmer features of the galaxy come through. But to our naked eye, it's a fuzzy patch. The Andromeda galaxy, it just looks like an oval, blurry blob that's bright in the middle. And then you look at that and you say, whoa. Anyway, back to the Big Dipper. The middle handle star, the Big Dipper, is actually 6 stars.
Wow.
And when you look at it, you can visually with your eye, if you have decent vision, you can see that it's 2 stars, a bright one and a dim one, very, very close together. The star looks oblong, and when you look at it, and the guy could see that. And so I got the telescope, and I said, it's actually a whole bunch of stars. And I found the big one, the main one, is called Mizar, and the little tiny one right next to it is called Alcor. And when you look at the telescope, and I hadn't looked at it in a long time, and it's really cool, you could see the bright one with a small companion going around that, and the dim one had a smaller, dimmer companion going around that.
Okay.
And then Mizar actually has an even smaller companion orbiting very, very close to it. And these stars are all within about a light year of each other.
Yeah.
They're all closely associated, and it is hypothesized that they are gravitationally bound to each other, circling each other, or they were born at the same time, and they're kind of associated. But they're very close to each other, and it was really cool to see that. So, and I've looked at the Orion Nebula, which again looks like a blob.
Okay.
And there's little blobs next to it because that's a whole area of
What's a nebula?
Nebula is a cloud of gas and or dust. And if it's hydrogen, if ultraviolet light hits it from a close by star, it turns pink and red. And it glows in the pink and red region. And if there's dust, the dust scatters the light, and it looks bluish.
It's not a planet and nebula are different because it's just more spread out. All the matter is spread out more.
Yeah. A nebula is just a cloud of gas, and they can be, 20 light years across, or as large as our solar system, or anywhere in between.
It's not how come it's not condensing, or maybe it is slowly?
Well, if you get a star that forms in the middle of it, that solar wind, all the particles and light and heat that emanate from it push the dust and gas around.
Yeah.
And they get it to move together, and if the total gravity of a cloud is strong enough, it'll collapse and then form another star. And these nebula, these big bright ones like the Orion Nebula, is what is called a birth. It's a star birth region, and there's so much dust and gas going on. These great big supergiant stars form. And they live a very short life, these big, huge, giant ones. they live a very short life, and then they explode in a supernova. And when they explode, their outer atmospheres blow off, and we're left with a central hot core. If the star is really big, it'll be a neutron star, and if it's even bigger, it'll be a black hole. But we get tons and tons. If it's small, we'll get white dwarfs. Just depends on the size, the amount of mass of the original star. But the rest of the atmosphere blows off, and it's mostly hydrogen. But the deeper towards the center of the star, the heavier the elements are, because they've fused from hydrogen to helium to lithium to boron to oxygen, carbon, iron, all the elements up to iron. And you get heavier elements than that in certain kinds of supernova, where you've broken the entire star.
Yeah.
Yeah, where you get this superfusion, like a Type 1a supernova is where you have a white dwarf with about the mass of our sun, that's about the size of the Earth. It's really small, but it's 1 billion degrees because it's the core of the sun, and it's really dense, and it can't shrink any further. And it's made mostly of iron and these heavy elements. And it will be orbiting another star really close, and it will be siphoning off the gas going from this companion star that's going around. And you'll get this accumulation of gas on the surface of the white dwarf, and it's really hot. And when the density of this gas on the surface, on the, that surrounds this, that creates an atmosphere around this white dwarf, when it becomes dense enough, the gas suddenly fuses. And it is a nuclear explosion, essentially. It's an uncontrolled nuclear explosion that happens at different places around the surface of the white dwarf, and that explosive pressure force blows the white dwarf to bits.
Whoa.
It explodes it. It's like a grenade. And chunks and pieces of this star will go flying. And they're super hot. But once they're a chunk or a piece, they don't have all this pressure keeping it together. So it tends to dissipate. And these kinds of supernovas are very common. They happen about once a year in our galaxy.
Whoa.
And we see them all the time in other galaxies and stuff. And they're fairly common. And they produce all kinds of heavier elements, heavier than iron. Because what happens is fusion will occur in a star and generate heavier and heavier and heavier elements. But iron takes more energy to fuse into heavier elements than it gives out. Whereas hydrogen, when it fuses into helium, gives off extra heat and energy. And then helium fusing into lithium gives off more energy than it gets. And so it's a self-sustaining chain reaction that goes on in stars. And but once you get to iron in the cores of stars, iron is the heaviest element until it blows to bits, and then you get just a smattering, not very much, of these heavier elements all the way up to uranium.
What?
Uranium.
Where's gold? Is that lower than iron, or lighter than iron?
No, it's heavier.
Heavier, so then
Yeah.
only gold. So is that why gold's so rare? It only comes off in these big things.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. Cobalt and gold and silver and platinum and all the calcium, sodium, potassium.
Oh, that's still a lot of them. There's still a lot of that stuff, though.
Xenon.
It's not like there's not like a shortage of those elements in the.
No, they're just compared to the elements like the Earth. The most abundant element on the Earth is oxygen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and oxygen is lighter than iron. So
yeah.
Oxygen is a large component of these stars. The large stars, when they blow off their atmosphere, when they get really old, what will happen? A great big star, when it gets really old, it has fused most of the hydrogen. And so it's left with these heavier elements, helium and lithium and boron and these heavier elements. And so because these heavier elements require more heat and pressure to fuse, what will happen is they will get hotter as it fuses these heavier elements, and the outer atmosphere will push away because of the heat will drive the atmosphere away, and then the star will it won't have all that pressure, and then it will cool down, and there will be less heat and pressure, and then the star will start to collapse a little bit, and the collapsing gas as it goes back in on the core of the star will heat up again, and it will start fusing heavier elements again, and then that heat will drive the atmosphere out again, and it will cool down, and it will do this pulsing.
Okay.
These are called Cepheid variables, and they have, depending on their mass, they will go up and down over a period of 40 days or 100 days, just depends on their initial mass. And so they will collapse and go big and small and big and small. And our sun will do something like that. It'll get bigger and smaller and bigger and smaller. And eventually, once it gets down to the iron core, what will happen is it will start to cool down, and the gas will collapse and further and further and further, and do this big crunch, and then it will superheat the core. It'll produce a few heavier elements or more abundance of these heavier elements, and then it'll go poof, and all the outer atmosphere will blow off in a big series of these shells that go out at a very high rate of speed, and all you're left with is that hot central core that's a billion degrees. And then when we look in the night sky, we will see these funny-looking stars that are called planetary nebula, and they are a disk of some kind that are surrounding a central little white dwarf. And we will get these rings and shells and different shapes of these of this nebula, this bright, pretty, colorful nebula around a central core. And these that is a star that has died. And we're left with a corpse, which is the central white dwarf. And only if it's orbiting a companion star that it sucks off the gas coming off the star, that it eventually blows up and becomes a supernova. Otherwise, if it's all by itself, the white dwarf just slowly cools and fades over, 100 million years or a billion years or something. It takes a while because, it's pretty hot. Pretty dense. It's think of a ball of iron that's as big as the Earth.
Whoa.
With a mass of the sun. That's 1 billion degrees. So it'll be a while.
That's crazy.
It'll be hot for a while. Yeah, it'll be hot for a while.
I want to call Carl.
Okay.
Where is he?
Yeah, where is Carl?
Let's see where he is. And I think we should play the dice game too.
Okay. I'll get it set up.
Yeah. Oh, uh-oh. I gotta plug this in. We're getting our pens here. We're writing down numbers on our hands between 1 and 6. I'm trying to visualize the future. It's number 2. Number 2, and then we gotta get this camera going. Yeah, no, it should be number 2, but this. Carl, we got a weird message.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Carl, it's the program. We're calling you. You can call us back. Where are you? Yeah, about half an hour, I think. Or here we go. Getting it going. We're oh here, yeah. Rolling. 4, 5. I lost. I have a 4. I have a feeling Dan has a 3. Everybody lost. It's okay, though. It's only 500 points out of a possible 3,000 points, so we're still looking towards the future. Yeah.
Hi, Shane, Dan. Call me back.
All right.
Yeah, something wrong, Dan? Sounds like something. We're calling him back.
Pretty excited about Pluto.
Hello?
Oh, hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, real good. How are you?
Okay.
We're here with Dan.
Yeah, Dan. It's me, Dan.
What? What?
Dan is here. Dan Bennett. Oh, what the? That was weird. Made a real ringing noise before.
Is he still there?
No, he's not. Something weird happened where it, like, rung.
Oh, my phone has been acting weird lately.
Has been doing that? Ring and then hang?
No, people will call, and it will ring 3 times and then go busy.
Huh.
I have an answering machine. It works. But people, 2, 3 people have told me they've called, and it rings 3 times and then it goes to busy. And my answering machine isn't full. It seems to catch some calls.
Weird things. It's that.
Yeah.
Did you call and complain?
No.
Can't call.
It. You know, I think it's happened when I've been there. I've heard the phone ring like 3 times, and
The
then.
mail to
And Dobler.
No longer accepting messages.
And then
Call back
you-
number +5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then nothing happens. So.
So you think, oh, that you didn't want.
Well, it could be my answering machine is gone wonky. I've had it for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had it for a long time. It's a nice little machine, but after a while, things overheat, wear out. You have electricity going through it. It's got a little chip that records the message, and yeah, it's kind of interesting, kind of strange behavior. This answering machine. So Pluto. Pluto has 5 moons, and the biggest moon is Charon, and it's about half the size of Pluto, and it's orbiting very close.
Charon.
Yep, Sharon. It might be Sharon or Charon. I want to say Charon, but I keep forgetting the correct pronunciations. Because you go to look up data on the moon or on the planet or whatever, and they don't always have a pronunciation with them. Wikipedia sometimes does. But you kind of have to guess the way it's pronounced, and if you start saying it enough and it's not pronounced correctly, then you'll be saying it wrong, and then you refer to it to other people, and they hear you say it, and they're like, oh, and they pronounce it the same way, and then you're passing wrongness to others. Like for instance, Uranus is not the proper pronunciation. It's Uranus. So, but people say Uranus because they are pronouncing the A as an A sound as opposed to an A sound. So,
Uranus.
but it's Uranus. Actually, it's Uranus.
Uranus.
Uranus. Yeah, which is also kind of funny.
Yeah,
so.
Uranus.
Yeah. You're in us. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, so it's got this double planet. It's got Pluto and Charon, and then it's got like 4 other moons, and they're all orbiting. They've got a resonance. The closest one, for every 4 times it orbits, the next farthest out one orbits 3 times, and then the next farthest out one orbits 2 times, and then the next farthest out orbits once. So the farthest out orbits once for every 4 orbits of the innermost little moon, and they're called Nix, Styx, Kerberos, and Hydra. Those are the names of the moons. And what happens with these is because the Pluto and Charon orbit each other, and they're really close together, it makes the inner moons flip-flop and wobble around. Hubble has been looking at the Pluto system for months and months now, trying to characterize where the orbits of these moons and their positions and their size and what they're doing, because this little probe, New Horizons, is going to fly right past them. And there's been a big concern about smaller rocks and rocky objects or icy objects being in the way. We don't want this probe to smack into anything or to be hit by anything.
Mm-hmm.
So Hubble's been looking at it for a long time to be able to track where the moons are so that they can adjust this probe as it speeds towards the Pluto system, so they can adjust where it goes through, because it needs to be able to go through in clear space.
Okay.
So they've gotten to know the behavior of these moons. They are spinning around and then wobbling. They've got a spin and a wobble, and they reverse direction. They're flip-flopping around because another one of the moons that's like 30 miles across, right? 2 or 3 of them are 30 to 50 miles across, and other ones are 15 to 20 miles across. They're affected by the gravity of these other ones, and so because they're long and oblong, the closer end will be pulled around when it goes past another moon, because they're very close together, and they will flip-flop and wobble around and move around. And it's pretty interesting. And in the coming weeks, we'll have more and more pictures of their behavior and what they're doing. But yeah, that Pluto, I mean, for a long time, it was just a little icy rock, furthest planet out. And now we find out it's really interesting. It's got all kinds of stuff going on. And Pluto has an atmosphere, and they think that it might have a liquidy center, an ocean underneath of it, because of the way it's got so many moons that are pulling it gravitationally around and pulling unequally at different times on the inside of the planet as well as the outside. And so that friction and that movement heats things up. And so it could easily have an icy crust with a liquid ocean underneath. And its gravity, its mass, is somewhere between solid rock and solid ice. So they figure it's got a rocky core and an icy exterior and possibly an ocean underneath the ice. The temperature out there is about 30 degrees above absolute zero. So it's really, really cold. So the surface of the planets will be, of the planet will be very, very cold. But you go down a little bit further and it might be just kind of warm enough. And if it has an atmosphere, that means that something is producing a gas. Mm-hmm. Something is producing steam or something. And it's entirely possible it has cryovolcanoes and all kinds of stuff. But it clearly has an atmosphere. It has a very variable surface texture that changes quickly over time.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited I could shit myself. Yes.
What's so exciting about it?
I could, but I won't. Well, just because it's so interesting, it's so dynamic. It's not just a ball in space sitting there. It's got all these little moons that are orbiting around it, and they're doing these flip-floppity dancy things, and the planet has an atmosphere, and so it's got a lot of stuff happening very quickly on it.
Okay.
That's been happening for 100 million years. They're thinking because these moons are in these resonant orbits, they've been there for a long, long time. Because they're in stable, very, very stable orbits. Orbits that are resonant, like the 4 moons of Jupiter, the big ones that I saw in the telescope, are in resonant orbits. The first one orbits like 3 times for every 2 times the next one orbits, and that one orbits twice for every 1 time the next one orbits, and the other is, I think it's a 3-4 ratio It orbits 3 times for every 4 times the outer one, or it orbits 3 times for every 4 times the outer one. There are these ratios.
They're all going the same speed?
No.
I mean,
No.
they're all going the same speed all the time.
For every 3 orbits one makes, the next one orbits twice.
They're not going all the same speed, but they're all
Correct.
like going a constant speed.
Yeah, it's a gravitational balance. These kinds of orbits build up over time. They might not be they might not be resonating with each other at first, but after a while they'll speed up and slow down as their own gravity kind of pulls them a little ahead when they're orbiting close by, or slows them down a little bit, and they end up kind of self-adjusting into a very stable pattern with respect to each other.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very cool.
All right, hey, let's look at this. You wanna read this?
I will give it a shot. I won't do well, maybe.
Not with that attitude. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's
That was
true.
the first dice game. Here it
3,
is.
2, 1.
Oh, it's difficult.
Now it's info time.
You're watching Your Daily Hour with me. It is an hour-long, hyper-live call-in talk show that's recorded every day in Thurston County, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, except another on a leap year. September. You're watching this on TCTV channel 22 at 11:30 p.m. There's a 2 a.m. episode that is the same day of the month last year. You can watch any episode of the program on YouTube. Anyone can be on the program, especially you. Your Daily Hour relies on the community for content, so give us a call at, I missed that. Give us a call. We'll play your message back and call you when we're doing the next program. Yeah, well, I got most of it.
Yeah, let's play the next dice game too while we're here.
All right.
And then I think I'm gonna call Freddie the producer.
Yeah.
Play again.
Okay, I'm going to have to abandon the microphone.
All right, here we go. I'm calling Freddie the producer. Find out how the production end is going. Oh, Rad Racers. Numbers. I have a 4, Dan has a 3. So far, we're on a 5.
Program now.
Hey, Freddie. Hey, you want a number?
Yeah, I'm 56.
Nope, Dan got 500 points, though. How you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm capturing last Thursday's episode right now.
Oh, you found it.
No.
Oh, that was
not
that was the one
not
before.
2 Thursdays ago. We're still missing the Thursday from a week before the one I'm currently capturing.
Oh, time moves so fast. I thought it was that one already.
No, we still don't know where that one is.
All right. What's happening on Thursday? I don't remember.
Well, it just started. Let's see. It's you and Carl are sitting on a couch in front of the train tracks. Oh, here comes a train. And you're saying the program once again every day. You guys turn the machines.
Oh, so it just started for real.
And Carl just said, oncoming train, look out. You know, it's a pretty good
I
episode
remember
so far.
that's what he's been doing in the beginning of the episodes because it happens every time. That's good. So production sounds like it's chugging along there.
Hey, Freddie.
Hi, Dan.
How you doing?
Oh, so good, Dan. Taking it easy.
You keeping it cool?
Didn't get sunburned yet, which was good.
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky one, isn't it? It's you're out in the sun for more than half an hour, and it's danger.
You gotta wear sunscreen, you know, it's not too hard.
Yeah, well, it's not enough. I think we talked to Kirsten yesterday, and she said she was wearing sunscreen, and it didn't even do it. She said she was putting on it every couple hours or something.
Yeah, it depends on the SPF of the
You're
cream
swimming and
itself.
stuff, so it's probably just has to do with the sunscreen washing it off, perhaps.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
sweat.
Really, I think we
Sweat.
used aloe afterwards. Everyone got to put aloe on the burn.
Yeah, how you feeling now?
And that really does a lot for kind of keeping it from hurting the next day.
You feeling better now from it?
Yeah. It looked a lot better. I don't know. She still claims to be quite burned, so, but I think it looks pretty normal.
Whoa. How's the rest of the production going? Everything's going to go on TV and stuff?
Yeah, actually, there's some problem today. TCTV apparently doesn't have any power.
Oh, yeah?
We'd like it resolved. I don't know. I saw it posted on the Facebook from someone's phone or something. But
Did you
apparently...
hear about that, Dan?
No, I haven't. I mean, I'm supposed to go there today, right after the program. If there's no, I'm directing a show, so if there's no power, I'm not going to work.
I seriously doubt you're going to be directing a show today, Dan.
Okay, I'll give.
It sounds like there's no power, and there's no phone. No, wait, no, the phones are working. I think the studio call-in line is working. Here, let me see if I can get you that number. So that's interesting with TCTV. Hopefully they get that fixed before 11:30 tonight.
Oh yeah, you know what? Yesterday I was watching TV and I tried to tune into TCTV and it was black.
Hey Freddie, can you text me the number?
I'll just give it to you guys online here.
Has the power been out?
Okay.
Has the power been out since yesterday?
Maybe it's an old thing. Let's see, what do I got here? The fiber to our building was cut over the weekend accidentally. Comcast crew putting in the fiber right now. That's from 2 hours ago today.
Yesterday.
And see, main office phones are out, the internet is down, and the channels are off the air. Oh, okay, so it's not electricity. I guess you probably will be directing a show, Dan. My mistake.
Yesterday I tried to watch it.
TCTV called the studio call-in line, which is 360-357-8288.
8288.
Yesterday I tried to watch TCTV and it was gone.
Yeah, I guess it's been off the air for, I don't know, I guess since maybe last night or sometime over the weekend. I don't know when that was.
Yesterday afternoon was when I was trying to watch it.
Dang.
It was upsetting, yeah. I thought it was doing the thing like where like I was at my grandmother's house and I thought we weren't getting a good signal again. But I have problems with, but maybe it was something else.
Seems like it's bigger than that. The fiber got cut. Isn't that crazy?
Fiber. Come on,
yeah,
Comcast.
they accidentally cut the fiber.
So that means we probably didn't get to be aired last night, Comcast.
Be careful with there.
Yeah. Comcast is messing with us. What happened on last Sunday? Probably just another mean call day and doing something, but we missed it. You missed it.
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up on our website here. What was last Sunday? I think it was a good one. Let's see. It was speeding up time. Is that right? No. Must have been Slice of Americana. I'm trying to remember what happened that day.
I don't know. How's the event?
Oh, that was the one where Carl was saying how things were getting weird, and that just kind of continued to make things weirder the more.
Oh yeah, you can't say things are getting weird. It makes it weird.
Luckily, that episode's already up on YouTube, so if you wanted to go check.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Hello?
We lost him.
Okay, well, I texted someone over at the station and asked them if we're still up and on. Yeah, I'm gonna be late.
Well, you can leave. I mean, if you leave now, you can catch the bus.
Well, actually, I probably missed it, so I'll just get the next one.
What time does it leave?
I'm looking at my clock like right now.
Leaves the bus station, right?
No, it leaves. I have to catch it in front of Grocery Outlet, and it's gonna take me a while to get there.
All right. Well, too bad. Hey,
yep. I'll just catch the next one.
How's the events tape going, Freddie?
How's what going?
The events tape.
Oh, it's going good. I should have at least one to get us through the week by tonight. I was kind of...
Oh.
Cutting out. Here's the answer to my question. Crap.
What?
I should get going.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I hate to leave you like this here, Kenny. I feel like I'm abandoning you.
I don't feel abandoned. It's okay. Well, here, let's do this final dice game, and then
okay.
You can see if you want.
Okay.
With that, it's saying, "Get over here right now! What are you doing?"
Yeah, he doesn't know I'm here. I can't be too much late. If I catch the next one, I'll be half an hour late, and he'll be mad, and that's not cool. So yeah, I should get going. Let's do the dice.
Yeah, here we go. You're only gonna be missing a few minutes of the program anyway. You're gonna start walking over there? Is that what you're gonna do?
No, I'll take the bus.
Just the 47?
Probably one to safe.
Well, one to safe. Oh, the 48.
Yeah.
That one's gonna leave. Oh, you want to leave like now then to catch that one? Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
hit that thing. And there we go. You better roll quickly and then go and then run for that bus. 6, 5, 3. Dan, you won.
I did.
Yeah. You got 1,000 points. Way to go. All right, bye. Go, run. All right.
Okay.
I wonder if it's the thing, because I think Dan Dobler got cut off too.
Yeah. Well, I've been having that issue with my...
He's been having this issue with his phone too. I'm going to call some McDonald's while you're gone. That's what I'm going to start doing right now, because I think we can call them anywhere. I'm going to call here, Yedon, Pennsylvania. I've never been to Pennsylvania before, but they have McDonald's there.
Hey, high five.
Bye, Dan. There he goes. Thank you. Here we go. This is Pennsylvania. Let's say, hey, McDonald's, you guys got any of those Arctic Orange milkshakes yet? Sweet chili sauce, stuff like that. A ring-a-ding-ding. McDonald's, answer the phone. What are you doing? We're not answering the phone like this. I have a question. I don't know what this one's going. Let's call the next one.
McDonald's, Charlotte, can I help you?
Hi, Charlie. You guys got those Arctic Orange milkshakes yet?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear what you said.
Oh, hey, when does the Arctic Orange milkshake come out?
I'm not sure. We don't have it at this one for sure, and I don't have a calendar that says it's coming, so unfortunately I can't answer that question for you. I'm sorry.
Oh, because I think it's coming usually in the summertime, like June, July, or something like that.
Yeah, it depends on what the region's going to do, because they're trying to come out with this new lemonade, and they're trying to come out with a Oreo frappe. So I don't know if they're even bringing that back this summer. Hold on one second. Let me just check with somebody else, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Do you know if they're bringing the Arctic Orange shake? Yeah, I've never heard anything about it, right? Yeah, no, neither has she. So we both usually hear when things are coming, but I haven't heard anything about that. But like I said, they're trying to line up these other new drinks for the summer, so they may not even be doing it at all.
Oh,
okay.
Really? I want it
yeah,
back.
And the Arctic Orange shake also is a shake that McDonald's corporate hasn't done in a long time. They kind of like let owners make their own decisions if they want to have a special shake. So that's probably why like there's no real advertisement about it. But I know we won't be getting it. Okay?
You won't?
Yeah, no, we won't be getting it because it's not one that does well here. Like our main ones that do well is the Shamrock and the Eggnog.
Yeah.
And other than that, the other ones don't do that well, so you wind up stuck with the syrup. So yeah, for us, I know we won't be getting it unless McDonald's Corporation makes it a mandatory thing.
All right, maybe you could tell somebody that I want to get it back. Tell the corporate people.
Huh?
You could tell the corporate people that people want it.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't know, but like for this particular store, we don't really get a lot of people requesting it. So, and that's what my owners go off of. Like if it's one that sells well, like the Shamrock or the Eggnog, those are two like people always want. But the other one, not unless, like I said, McDonald's makes it a national promotion.
All right, I'm requesting it. Thank you.
All righty, bye-bye.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. She had a lot to say about milkshakes. Here goes the next one. I gotta go swimming. It's time for swimming. Hello, McDonald's. This is gonna help you. Answer your phone. Come on, only half of the McDonald's are answering me, but they figured me out. Hey, McDonald's, you guys got when do the orange milkshakes come out now?
I'm sorry, what was that?
When are those orange milkshakes coming out?
Just strawberry milkshakes?
Or Arctic Orange?
No, we're not.
What?
No, we're not.
Not for a long time? When?
When are we getting what?
Arctic Orange milkshakes.
We're not getting those.
What, never?
No.
Why not? I thought they come out in the summertime.
Well, it depends on the franchise. Well, it just varies on with each McDonald's. This one, we're not getting this.
Well, can you just get it? Can you just tell somebody to get it?
What was that?
You should tell somebody to get it. I want to get it, and I think people want it. Tell somebody. Tell somebody to get it, please. $1,720.
No, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time understanding you over the phone.
Please get it. TCTV 11:32 a.m.
What was that?
TCTV.com. Get it, please. Can you tell somebody to get it? 360.
Come get what?
304. The orange milkshakes. Just tell your boss. Tell your boss that you want to get it. Who goes around the corner doing things you want, Dale?
Okay, yeah, we don't sell the orange milkshakes.
Yeah, but just tell your boss that you want to get it or that I want it. TCTV, Crystal Ball, La Bebe, Georgia E, Fabulous, Thurston County, Washington State, USA. Thank you. Viewers only. Oh yeah, dog. Bye-bye. Coming up in the next episode of the program.
It's a doozy.
Your daily hour with me.
Yeah, hey everybody, it's the commercial.
We're got a glitch out.
Yeah, we're glitched out crazy. We're here on TV once again, and we talked to Freddie and Elias, and Elias's neighbors are complaining. We have some technical difficulties. We have a new thing.
Boat people called us.
Boat people.
And somebody went to Zimbabwe? I don't even know.
We're on every night, 11:32 a.m. on TCTV channel 22. 360-836-4384.
Call the number.
Bye.
Bye.